Well, hello. So, let's check it out. Oh, this way. Got an amethyst stone in the middle there. See how it's... See how it's set there? And it wiggles a little bit, but it's not going anywhere. And then I'll just... Boop. Perfect. Awesome. Alright, let me get my comments up. Get some music going. Alrighty guys, let me not forget, there's always, everything is in the description. There's the Discord link, there's links to channels you may like, and yeah, and if you need to do hangouts, I can also do that. I just don't have anything linked up or set up there, so feel free, if you ever want to talk, right, if you ever want to be heard on my channel, you just be sure to get onto my Discord and we'll have a discussion on even playing ground. I really want to get that going so that it can kind of build momentum, that kind of thing. So let me get the music started. And comments. This up here. Whew. I can already tell it's gonna be a warm time. It's gonna be warm. I'm actually gonna turn the air on. I'm sorry guys. Too warm. Too warm. Comments. There we are. Alright, audio test. 1, 2. 1, 2. Audio test. 1, 2. Let's try that. Audio test 1, 2. Audio test 1, 2. I can hear it doing its weird wobbly thing. Mythical Oxygen, how's it going? Odin called, he wants his eye black. Yeah. I can hear it doing its weird wobbly thing. Mythical Oxygen, wants his eye back. How's it going? Love Demako. I love Demako too. I really enjoy that. Oh, whoops. Alrighty, let me try one more audio test real fast. Alright, everything seems good. Oh, I'm always having a great day. It's very important to have a great day every day. So let's take a look at this. I'm sure this is called a tiara. I'm not really certain, because it might also be called a. Well, I guess it's not a circlet because it's not a circle. So we'll just call it a tiara. In fact, I could probably put it up higher on my head. I prefer it on my forehead. Yeah. All right. So we're just gonna kind of try and make another one of these. Not necessarily just like this, but a tiara about this size and simplicity. One of the things I've been finding difficult to do is making artwork that isn't overdone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I have any examples in front of me. Wow. The crown for sure. The first crown, when I went all the way, I went too far. So I just need to know where to stop. So let's put that down and let's point it at the crown there. That looks okay. A little dirty. Grab a razor. Come on, where is it? Much better. There we go. Is this going to be enough? Oh yeah, for sure. So I'm going to try and find the middle. Maybe I'll use a ruler. Let's see if I'll use a ruler. Where is my ruler? Tis around here somewhere. Let's see here. I just had it. Maybe it's in my chair. You think with how long it takes me to go live that I'd be ready. Found it. All right. Alright, should be straight enough. Really? So, 19? No, 19, yeah. 19 inches. 9 and 9 is 18. So 9.5 is the middle. Oh, whoops. Is that the middle? Doesn't look like the middle. Let's just do that. Jesus. Alright. Like my Pikachu shirt? Yeah, I love my Pikachu shirt. That's a Pikachu! Pikachu. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna try and do something along these lines. So let's do the middle here. And I want this to be a something. Viking Tiara is called a fig? Or, excuse me, a frig, huh? Oh, interesting. Yeah, Nordic mythology is one of the mythologies that I don't know a whole lot about. I mean, I know enough to get by, but in terms of studying religion, that's one of the religions I have neglected over the years. Let's see, I'm gonna want to do something along those lines. How about I just use love Nordic history. It's I wouldn't say it's my favorite, of course, because I don't know a whole lot about it, but definitely enjoy the stories. That's for sure. I liked that they were unimpressed by the Christian God. At least now you can call it something other than a tiara. Hey, yeah, you know, I mean, it's for women, for sure. I like wearing this, but I wouldn't say it's for all occasions. The person I'm selling my art at was suggesting that I make things like this. She says that her client base is more interested in frilly girly things than they are with big chunks of crystals and copper. 600 years for most of them to convert, yeah. Yeah, and by convert we mean mass murdering. Out. Yeah, for them to convert to Christianity, yeah. Yeah, if we're talking about the most dangerous religion in the world, right now it's the Muslims. But not that long ago, it was the Catholics. Or Christians in general, really. But now it's also, the evangelicals are also, a detriment to society. Alright, that scratched the shit out of my face, so let's take care of that real fast. Hopefully it won't be too noisy. I'm gonna go mute while I'm hammering so that you guys don't have to deal with that.
Any ideas?
Man, I should have put on ear protection. That's for sure. I just didn't think it was gonna be too bad. But it was pretty loud, so if I do it again, I'm gonna wear ear protection. As you should always. As you excuse me, as you always should. Come on. Really? Yeah, because they always their rules of engagement are to invade with numbers, to just completely flood the other country with either illegal or legal immigrants, and disrupt their system from within. It's a very well-known tactic that they've used for thousands of years, and if people would just freaking stand up to them, they would not be such a big deal, not be such a big problem. Because make no mistake, they are our enemy. It's very important to know who your enemies are and what their name is. And our enemy's name is Islam. The sooner we realize that, acknowledge that I should say, the sooner we acknowledge that, the sooner we can get our freedoms back. There you go. It's kind of hiding my widow's, or sorry, it's accentuating my widow's peak, or bald spot. All right. Ah, much better. By the way, I have not slept a lot. I could have gone live all that time, but I was what do you call it? Engrossed in a very fascinating story. If you guys have ever heard of, yeah. Oh yeah, they were the largest. They were the largest nation in the people in the world. And Yeah, there's nothing good about the Muslim religion. Hell, there's nothing good about religion, I should say. Let's see. Even the mild religions. Delusions are not healthy. Is this side longer than the other? Or I guess maybe it's just... Alright, now I got my main thing going. It's not freaking... Something's not right here. It's like longer on this side somehow. There we go, that's much better. Whew. Gotta love carpet pythons. How's it going? Got a few minutes to say hi? Take a look at what I made. Cute little tiara. Gnosticism. If I were to consider myself the most accurate thing, it would actually be considered nihilist. Because I think it fits more closely to how I feel about, you know, the universe, that kind of thing. Reality is uncaring and unforgiving to everything that exists. It just so happens that some of us happen to be alive, while others are just rocks and dust. Like the planets, I mean. It would be a silly thing to think, for sure, that there is anything that is in our favor when it comes to reality. The only thing we have in our favor is that we're alive, and that there are things that are going to die to keep us alive. That's the only thing going for us. Oh, thank you, yeah. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. Or good, I guess I should say. Oops. There we go. And oh my goodness, it's just that cute little snake. I think his name was Oscar. Is the most adorable thing. Adorable little noodle I've ever seen. The universe, yeah. How negative a thought for this hour of the day. I don't think of it as negative. I think of a meaningless life, like not meaningless, excuse me, a purposeless life is ultimate freedom, right? So, a lamp, for instance, was created specifically to do one thing very, very well. To suggest that life was created to do a specific thing would be pretty absurd, because there's no defined reason or a purpose for life. It is sex and food and sleep. That's about it. Oh yeah. I can't take care of animals very well, so I like to visit pets. Gen T, how's it going? And you know, it always makes me cringe when people will say something along the lines of, if there's no God, then what's the meaning of life? You know, and it's just like, don't sell yourself short, right? Like, you have the freedom to make your own purpose in life, whether that be humanitarian projects or even serial killing, right? It's whatever you put your mind to, you just do your best, right? If you're going to be a serial killer, well, you just be the best darn serial killer you can be, because that is your freedom. You have that choice, and of course you always have to suffer the consequences of your choices, but it doesn't seem to stop everyone. That kind of thing. Nacho's live stream, how's it going, man? We were just on the phone. Yeah, right. Sex, food, and water and sleep, and since we have the luxury of having sentient brains and are able to think complex things like why and other philosophical things of that nature, we have the time now to dwell on those things, because we have cars, we have air conditioning, we've got regular food in the grocery stores, so we don't have predators, well, a lot of predators to have to deal with, and most of those are humans anyway, and it gives us the ability to think on these things, and when there's no science, there's only the one answer, right? The one answer that answers it all, and it's just unfortunate that that's not an answer. You know, it's just like a cop-out almost, because instead of looking for the and money, yeah, and money, power and influence, oh for sure, yeah. The reason why I will say that I'm a nihilist, though, is because if we're going to be as accurate as possible, right, then that would definitely be what I would be considered. Unfortunately, though, the word nihilism is very much tied to people's opinions on nihilists, right? Like, people will often consider Hitler a nihilist, when in fact he wasn't. He was actually a Christian. And so when people think, oh, there's no purpose in life, well then why would you be nice to anybody? Well, my answer to that would be, because there's a reward in being nice to people, right? That you do benefit from caring for your neighbor, right? If you're in bad terms with the person next to you, then there's nothing stopping them from eating you, we'll say. There's only the law and the consequences of doing that stopping them. It's just important to be realistic about stuff, about things. Like, I have mace. Oh, I don't have it with me. Yeah, here it is. I carry mace with me, right, everywhere I go, because I know that there are two things to worry about in the dark, right? Humans and dogs, right? Oh yeah, everybody sub to Gotta Love Carpet Pythons. I'm telling you, she cares so much about those little slippery noodles. It brings me to tears on a regular basis. I'm telling you guys, you should go check it out, especially if you love snakes and good company. And links in the description for anyone who's, oh, I guess links right there in the comments. Okay, I'm gonna try and continue on this with while I'm talking. Let's see, I might be able to get away with using aluminum. One of the reasons I like to talk about it, though, is because this is the sort of thing that gets people thinking, right? Like, who's ever met an openly admitted nihilist, right? Like that's not common. you might know someone who is and doesn't know it. Yeah, Gen T comes on with if I understand correctly, she does a lot of spiritual things. It's very cool. She always has good company as well. Not at all common. No, because it is tied to negative connotation. That's one of the reasons why I don't necessarily openly admit it all the time. Because to me, I think it's a good thing to have no purpose in life. But to others, they come up with these weird ideas that, oh, well, if other people are meaningless and their lives are worthless in the sense, then why bother cooperating with society, and why bother letting other people live, right? And my answer to that would be, because I don't want to spend the effort hurting people, right? Like, I don't hate for no good reason. If I hate something, it is for a good reason. At least I think so. This wire is so annoying. I can't use it on anything because it's not round and it's not a straight wire. So when I try to straighten it out like this, it just twists, and it's like, freaking aggravating. But I will do my best to implement it. Alright, I'm just gonna hammer for a second. What's life without a dream? Yeah, for sure. And I just want to make it clear again is that having no purpose is the ultimate freedom, right? Is that you are no longer obligated to do anything that you don't want to, right? I'm gonna, yeah, got a dream. Yeah, and dreams are important, that's for sure. You always have to set goals. I'm gonna hammer for a second and I'll be right back. Let me get some ear protection real quick. Got a dream? Yeah. You know what I would have tattooed on me? It's better to be assumed a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. It's one of the quotes I live by. I was just telling Nacho earlier, my Bible is The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I very much encourage everybody who is hearing my voice to read or listen to The Art of War by Sun Tzu at least 12 times in their life. As many times as it takes to understand its message, right? And I actually need to get that description, link in the description for everyone. Because every situation in life can be solved with that book. I'm not joking. It really helps. Especially in the dating world. That might be all I need. Now what am I going to do with it? Just going to straighten it out real fast. In fact, a lot of my reaction to things like littering, right? I don't litter, but you know, I'm not terribly worried about it because you know, as long as we're paying people to pick up the trash, there won't be so much trash. A lot of times, the reason why cities go so downhill is because they remove funding away from public works and sanitation, like street sweeping. Alright, so I'm going to want to make this into something I can add to this. Man, this aluminum is so malleable. Start off with that. Maybe I shouldn't have taken so much off. Oh, sorry, I guess I'll continue on with what I was saying. You know, the sun will explode one day. That's really, you know, it's like, you best get all your good stuff in now, because, it's very unlikely that, you're going to experience anything afterward. So it's like, you know, try and be, you know, better to be safe and enjoy life. And just act like this is the only one you got, because it may very well be that it is the only one you got. Let's do something else. It looks like I need to get some more wire. Nope, there's some right there. Let's see if we straighten this out. Nacho, how's it going? Don't forget, everybody, that you're always welcome to join the Discord and give your voice, let your voice be heard. I always like to have even playing ground when it comes to that sort of thing. And you're always welcome to talk about any topic you want. There's no such thing as a bad topic, as long as it's interesting, of course. Let's see here. Where are my pliers? My big pliers. Come on now. I think I found them. Yeah, welcome back. I love this, guys. I really do. I very much encourage everybody to speak their mind. If you disagree with what I have to say, that's awesome. I very much enjoy an opposition to an idea, because if everybody just agreed with each other, my goodness, how boring would that be? It would be so freaking boring if everyone just was in the same room nodding to each other and agreeing with everything everybody said. You know, there's no drama in that. There's no fun. There's no learning. You can't learn in a vacuum or echo chamber or whatever you want to call it. They were a good purchase. I've been able to make all kinds of really neat things with it. Let's see if I can find something. Where? Huh. I wonder. I need to start making more things like this with egg pendants. There's an unk. Kind of little desert scenery in the back. All the news on another channel if I decide. Oh yeah, for sure. Your pictures should change. Exciting. Oh, let me go mute for just a second. Alright, let's see if we can let the dog bring the welder in. Hell yeah, and Brian King just made something pretty cool if he wants to share that with us. Brian King's got another channel by the name of... Oh crap, I should know it by heart by now. I keep thinking the voice of thunder. Electric Vision, that's what it was. And it's the link at the very bottom of the description. He builds all kinds of really cool devices from scratch. With metal and all kinds of tools and stuff. It's really exciting. And he's getting into debunking things like free energy devices, which I'm extremely excited for. I would say there's only one thing more dangerous, or there's at least one thing more dangerous than religion, and that's conspiracy. It's extremely important. And should be very careful not to get involved with conspiracies, guys, because they are, by definition, unreliable sources of information. In the sense that we'll never know what happened in 9/11. We as laymen will never understand what went down, who perpetrated it, what not, or whatever. All I know is that I don't trust what they've told us, but I can't say I know who did it. But a conspiracy theory will always try to point the finger somewhere without any real evidence, and what they claim to be evidence will never be qualified as reliable because of the nature of conspiracies. I want to make that as clear as possible, because it is extremely dangerous. And I mean dangerous as in you're very likely to be wrong about what you're talking about when it comes to conspiracy. Because even when you come across the right information, the correct information, the true information, you can't trust it. You can't trust that information to be true because of the nature of conspiracies. So it's always best to just say, I don't know, until you find out. And if you get involved in conspiracies, you're playing with fire. You're saying, I know, when you don't, right? That you're saying, I have this feeling of truth when it's not backed by reliable source. MIG, TIG, and stick? Yeah, we just chopped off my muffler and welded on a new one with an acetylene torch and a MIG welder. It didn't take very long. It was just a really long drive to my sister's house. Alright, so I got one here. Looks like I can actually make another thing on my forehead real quick. Just gonna skip the sad song. So if you want a round circle, right? You want a round piece, you can't pinch it here, right? Check this out. I'm just gonna take it here and I'm gonna slide my finger down and do it like that. And that way there won't be a crease on the other side, or it's less likely to have a crease on the other side. That there. Nice consistent ring. Alright, now let's see what we can fit in there. It's a bit big for this amethyst. Let's see if I can find a bigger one. Oh, and this one's super small. Take a look at this one here, guys. Notice it's got that little ring. Looks like an eyeball. It's like a... man, this is getting complicated. Turning the eye. Alright, I think I'll choose this one here to use. Looks alright. I just want this to be a little smaller, so I'm gonna kind of coax it. are. Shit. All right. Off-road trucks from scratch, my goodness. Now, I've never been that heavily involved in, excuse me, never been that involved in heavy equipment. Slow wire fed? A slow wire, okay. What gets better? Penetration. Slow wire feed or fast? Huh. Oh, you might be talking about the MIG welder. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying, okay. It's relaxing and crazy at the same time? Oh, yeah, man. I have a friend who's a drifter, a drift racer, and he's always in there. He was literally a professional, locally here, a professional motocross racer. Now he does, I don't know if he's professional now, but I know he does the drift racing now, and that's really cool. Oh. Oh no. Oh, that wasn't a smart thing to do. Jeez. Alright, I think we can coax it from here. Sorry, I'll look at the comments in just a second. Alright. Goodness gracious. You know what, I'm actually looking on my screen right now. It looks like my Lights and Sirens fire station audit has garnered the most views on my channel. Well, I don't know about most views, but oh, in the last 48 hours, that's what it says. Oh wow. Under heavy load, the welds gave. Oh no! That's not fun. Go back to this. Alright, let me see. What am I going to use to bind? I think I'll use them. Doom, 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 doom. Gosh. Oh man, so I was watching all of yesterday and the day before the 9+ hours of interrogation of Chris Watts. Or is anyone familiar with that Chris Watts, the name Chris Watts? I mean, it was fairly recent, so I'm hoping there's at least somebody who knows. At any rate, it was his confession to him killing his family. And, it was also the news reports of, him being on the news, asking people to help find his family. It also had the DA's statement and the impact statements from the victims' family and stuff like that. And I just thought it was one of the most fascinating things I'd ever watched. It gives me such an incredible amount of respect for law enforcement. I can't believe I ever didn't like them at all. It just, to me, I feel shame for how I felt about police for such a long time. And now I respect authority. I respect police so much for what they do. Investigators, FBI, that kind of thing. Without them, every case would be a cold case file. That Chris Watts, he would have just killed his family and moved on with his life, right? If we didn't have police. Can't imagine what that guy's father is going through, knowing that his son did something like that. Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Man, I better get freaking on this Tiara. I've been sitting here for how long and I barely made any progress. It was his polygraph test as well, which I thought was probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Watching that lady do a polygraph test on that guy. Excuse me. Man, I really should have gotten more sleep. Or any sleep at all, really. Yeah, I'm gonna go mute while I'm not talking about stuff. I forgot to mention what I had been up to the last few days and not going live. The reason I haven't had a lot of sleep in the last 2 or 3 days is because I've been trying to get, or we, I should say, my brother and I have been trying to get his old car into my name, registered and inspected and insured, so that I can have a vehicle. Excuse me. And he's gonna get a Jetta. Very exciting, a VW Jetta. We were at my sister's house changing the muffler and whatnot. So the brake lights didn't work, right? We get it inspected and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it didn't pass because the lights don't work in the back." And we're like, "What? That doesn't make any sense. Like, how could that be?" And at any rate, we thought we had to get a brake switch. But one of the lights work. One of the lights was working without the others. So it wasn't that, even though we kind of bought it already and it was really kind of annoying. At least, right now it's in driving condition. It just needs to get registered. We'll do that Monday, and that'll be awesome. It's not a matter of hating cops. Hate bad cops. I agree. It's just, I know that you're at least intelligent enough to know the difference between being prejudiced against uniforms and being prejudiced against bad cops. I just don't think that's what the movement is all about. I don't think the movement is about finding bad cops. I think it's about a petty desire for some kind of getting back at police for whatever reason, whether that be something that had been done wrong to them, or something that had been done wrong to someone they know, or even something done wrong to people they don't know. All I know is that it is not effective at all. Any bit of good that can come from it can be done 10 times more efficient, a different way. My big issue is that these people aren't qualified. That's my issue. I don't think that people who have no training whatsoever in how to be a police officer should be involved so heavily in making sure they're held accountable. I don't mind a jury of peers, but it's not up to you to decide who lives and who dies, or what laws you can follow, what laws you want to break. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to go to bed here pretty soon. It's freaking tired. What was I trying to say? Oh, I started actually kind of hating auditing for the most part. For those that believe in good as much as the bad. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, you're all right there in the sense that I've only ever really experienced people who are more interested in saying fuck the police than they are in any kind of accountability. I'd like to see more auditor accountability. Like, who's keeping those guys accountable, right? I mean, I don't think there's hardly any accountability in terms of auditors. The only thing we can hope for is that they get arrested when they break the law. Because to me, right, the moment someone utters public servant, right, that I pay your salary or something along those lines, that I am immediately disgusted. I am offended by that. And I don't get offended by much, but you don't treat people like that. That is deplorable. It's disgusting. I spit on people like that. I spit on people like Big Nick and people like Monkey and people who say things like that. I wouldn't show them any mercy if they wound up in jail somewhere. Just get the maximum sentence of whatever they got, and send them free, just to go do it again. It's one of the reasons I'm not a cop. Could you imagine? That'd be awful. I play way too close to my emotions to become a police officer of any kind. It's that slaver mentality. It's that whip, whip, whip. Get back to work, slave. I own you. You belong to me. I pay your salary, and you have to do what I say because I'm your boss. And that is just simply not the case. You're not that person's boss. You don't pay their salary, right? You don't sign their checks. You're not responsible for when they make mistakes, right? So that attitude's got to go, right? If the auditing community is going to be taken seriously in any way, then they're going to have to start holding those people accountable for their disgusting behavior. If they want fairness, of course. You know, I mean, to me, that's just unforgivable. To put such a dirty connotation on public servant, right? That's a good thing. That they literally make those sacrifices every day, right? They don't get to choose. They're not allowed to play on their emotions. They're not allowed to have an opinion on what's going on, right? They're not allowed to respond to people who are screaming in their face and making derogatory statements and things of that nature. They're held to a higher standard than that, right? And I think that auditors should be held to that standard if they're going to claim that they're worthy of some kind of involvement in accountability. Then they need to start holding responsibility for what they say, what they do, and how they treat people. Oh, for sure. I would just consider the nasty ones terrorists, right? Because they are terrorizing the community when they go out there and cause a fuss and treat people the way they do. I guess terrorist isn't the word for it because that actually has a definition for it. What would be a better definition of an auditor? A terrible person who is also an auditor. I think terrorism is political, if I understand correctly. Something to do with politics. And you can tell I'm fairly passionate about the subject. I've thought about it quite a bit, right? I just can't seem to justify that behavior as anything but despicable. To treat another human being like that is wrong. You shouldn't do it to your enemies either, right? Like, Our system, you're not allowed to punish a prisoner because you don't like them. It happens, but you're not supposed to. Hang on, I'll look at the comments just a second. Go. I mean, it's very similar. The concept is extremely similar, and they're definitely not mutually exclusive. It's the same thing in terms of internet lawyers, right? Like, auditors don't know what their rights are. You can plainly see that by how often they get arrested. Life isn't so simple. And just because something is a right doesn't mean that you're going to be automatically guaranteed that privilege. Because deplorable behavior can be met with hostility at any turn, and a police officer is has the authority to make those kind of calls, to make that kind of decision, to see if you're a threat. Because if you're a threat, they're going to come after you. They're going to find out what you're up to. They're going to find out the kind of person you are, and that's just nature. That's how nature works. Because police officers are people too, right? People are subject to imperfection. And you see these awful people. I'm not anyone specific, but you see awful people wanting to be nasty to people, and then not want to get in trouble for it. It just I just don't have any sympathy for that sort of thing. Oops. And considering a lot of the audit community is flat Earth, people, we're not talking about the top of the top, right? We're not talking about the cream of the crop of people, right? We're talking about drug addicts and sometimes even felons who are taking it upon themselves to go out there and give the police officer a piece of their mind. And while they have that right, it does not mean they're going to get away with it scot-free. You flip off a police officer, the police officer's not supposed to do anything, but that doesn't mean he can't, right? He can do something. It may hurt his career, but it doesn't mean he's not gonna, Doesn't mean that you're guaranteed a safe return home after being nasty. Because nature dictates that you're gonna get it. You're gonna get a return, whether that return be appropriate or not. You're gonna get one. That's what I was trying to tell. Well, not anyone specific, but you don't tell people you don't like them. It's a dumb thing to do, because you're giving away your position. You're giving away your secrets. right? Hate that person in secret. It does you no good to tell them you don't like them, right? It just disrupts things. It makes your life so much more difficult than it needs to be when you get all petty with things like ID and whatnot. And if you want to survive a traffic stop, you should listen to cops. Cops know what they're talking about, right? They know what they're supposed to do. We don't. We've never had cop training, or I haven't. Anybody who hasn't had cop training is not going to be aware of the sort of things that they're doing wrong, you know? Me, I just don't understand filming a post office. Can somebody explain that to me? I'll never understand what the purpose of filming a filming a post office is. And even if they aren't people like sovereign citizens, the world sees them that way, right? The world sees them as sovereign citizens. The world certainly doesn't take auditing seriously. As well it shouldn't. What should I do now? Well, just a couple more. I got this gnat flying around and he's freaking touching me on the face. Coming up with an original design is really tough, guys. I'm struggling here. Maybe I'll come down. Alright, let's see what it looks like. Oh. Ow. Ow. Oh, post offices. I was like, P.O. Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, the argument that it's you're exercising your right can only go so far, and you're right. You can't exercise that right, but look at what it gets you, right? It gets you in trouble. Yeah, wannabe to, yeah. Oh man, I need to get some of this damn thing done before I go to sleep. But I think we could talk about something more pleasant. Really excited to get to get this car. It's my brother's, and it'd be nice to not have to walk or ride my bike everywhere. Maybe I can bend this up. Ruler, God have my ruler. Yeah, I think I'll have something coming up at the top at some point. Let's hold that off for a second and let's grab another wire. Maybe aluminum. Yeah. It's from what I gather, it doesn't really seem like anybody actually cares about, like, facts. You know, because you see these people, right? They're like, it's illegal to film me, and you know, and we're in a public space, and it's like, it's illegal to film me, sir. You know, you need to delete that. And it's just like, who does that? Like, who isn't aware that there are cameras everywhere? And to me, it's like, shouldn't you already be acting like you're on camera? That's how I do it, right? Like, I just assume 100% of the time, even when I'm showering, that I'm being watched, right? So a lot of times, I'm like, you know, if you're watching, I'm about to do something you don't want to watch. But in terms of behavior, you should not be behaving different on camera than in yeah. You got it there. I love the drama. I do. Drama and me were best friends and best enemies together. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. Well, yeah, okay. I'm gonna get some aluminum real quick. I'll be right. I'll be just right over there. I don't even know what to do with the rest of this freaking aluminum. I think I would just give it back to my supplier and have him, you know, give him the opportunity to recycle it. Found it. Alright, how much wire do I need? Let's see here. Now, see here. Ah! Does anyone know what movie that comes from? Now see here. It's a very short quote from an animated film from a long time ago. I'm only kind of a diva. I don't even know. I guess diva would be considered over dramatic. Is that what a diva is? I think that's what a diva is. I get very passionate about particular topics, that's for sure. Namely, you know which ones they are. Transgenderism and religion and circumcision, gays. Holy crap, man. It's gay month. It's freaking gay month. Who the hell decided that June would be a gay month? It's like, I didn't ask for that. It's so aggravating. You're gonna relegate my sexuality to a month? Ridiculous. It's like, alright, we get it, you're gay. There's nothing special about being gay. You literally take it up the ass and give it in the ass. That's not special. that's not special at all. There you go. Here. And by transgenderism, I'm only talking about underage. It being an influence in schools and shit like that. We should be protecting our children from confused older men. That is just a recipe for disaster. It's like if you're an adult, you're a consenting adult, you can afford it, by all means, chop it off. But to influence a child, in grade school even, that transgenderism is a normal thing and is a healthy thing, That's child abuse. That is child abuse through and through. You should be protecting our children, not exposing them to that. And I include gayness, right? Like, children have no business knowing what the hell gay means in elementary school. They've got other things to worry about, like coloring appropriately and getting their math test done, that kind of thing. They don't need to be learning about what gay means. It's inappropriate, especially government sanctioned, right? Like in lots of states, they want to mandate teaching gay history in school, right? And it's, I mean, I guess that's all right, but we all know how that works, right? We all know how that works. People with an agenda will take advantage of children. In fact, one of the very first things my dad told me when I was given the talk, it was, be very wary of older men, gay older men. They will give you compliments, and they will tell you all kinds of things that'll make you feel good, and then they're gonna want something out of you. And I'm telling you now that I've met plenty of older gay men, and he was right. It's dangerous. Older gay men are dangerous people, and I mean that as seriously as possible. It's the nature of living in the dark, living in closets, right? Living a lie, right? Is that when things are done in secret, they're done 10 times as dangerous. And I just think it's extremely important that we keep our children as far away from older gay men as possible, as much as we can. That's for sure. Like, keep an eye. And that isn't necessarily against the idea of homosexuality. It is more or less a consequence of it being in the dark, of it being suppressed. Because when you live a secret, and you know you're going to get in trouble if you get caught, then there's literally nothing, there's no boundaries, right? If you get caught with one thing, it's the same punishment for another. So it starts gradually, it starts small slope, and then that gets up and up and up and up, and then suddenly you're having sex with children, and you don't even know how you got there, because you're living a lie and you're living a secret, and you think that you can get away with it. And that is common. I'm telling you guys, it's very common for that to happen, and we can't ignore that. Because let's face it, women are less promiscuous. Didn't mean to say that. Oh, I guess I don't remember what it was. Huh. Yeah, whoops. At any rate, that's enough about that. Raquel! I'm just gonna point it at the table real quick. I'll be just a second. Never mind. They seem busy. Excuse me. One second. Alright, I'm back. At any rate, what should we talk about, guys? Maybe we don't even have to talk. I'm just gonna work on this for a minute, and if anybody wants to talk, let's just do that. Certainly seems like I've got enough to say about stuff. Maybe I should shut up for a second. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I thought it said to say that. I get it. Alright, so 17.5 inches. I'm just going to maybe snip it down to 17. 17. Maybe 16. What is that? 12 and 12 is 14. 8 and 8 is 16. Okay. So 8 inches. You're right, Brian King. I've certainly been... Make a series of those? Hey, yeah, that would be pretty cool. You know, there's actually a channel, Hang on. Yeah. There's actually a channel, in there. Let me see which one it is. B. Collins... Mini Garden Alice. I'm telling you guys, that channel is awesome. Mini Garden Alice is a lot like what it suggests. He makes mini gardens out of literally anything. Old boots, cassette tapes, cassette players, man, all kinds of things. It's crazy. Of course, gotta love pythons. Video handmade is also amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that's called Yanni. Let me see if I can... What, I can't... I can't highlight it? Are you kidding me? Why can't I highlight it? Whatever. Whatever. Oh, what I was saying a second ago is that you're right, Brian King. I do generalize quite a bit. In fact, someone earlier today was telling me the exact same thing. So maybe I should listen. I guess. I guess. I'm not gonna like it. Like son of a bitch. Like fuck, he's right. God. God. Well, I hate it when he's right. Ugh. Alright, let's see if I can accomplish this without screwing things up. What I want to do is I want to attach that. Whatever. Inaudible whistling playing music. Oh man. Oh, you didn't hear what I was saying? You're like, oh man. That's not good. Wait a second here. Should I hammer that? I wonder. Yeah, I mean, I guess I should. Let's hit the hammer. Well, that's interesting. I guess let me turn up my mic again. I'll just turn down the music. Audio test, 1, 2. Audio test, 1, 2. Maybe that'll help. Let me also turn off my air conditioner for a bit since it's nice and cool. And maybe that'll help too. What I was saying, in case you didn't hear it, was that you're right that I do. She is truly. Oh, Rosie PM, how's it going? She truly is a master, a wire master for sure. Like, she's incredibly crazy good. But if you didn't hear it before, Brian King, I was saying that you're right. I do generalize quite a bit. and I suppose it's something I do need to work on. Because I was talking about the gay community earlier today, and someone told me the exact same thing. And so I guess I'll have to at least consider the idea that I'm wrong. At least consider it. I'm just gonna mute it for a second. One of the reasons I say that, I don't necessarily have to put it out into the world, but one of the reasons I want to say that is because this is a place for discussion, and if nobody opposes me, I'm just gonna ramble on whatever I'm thinking. So it's nice to have someone else around to disagree with me, for all the off chances that I'm going to be somewhat inappropriate or wrong about something. Yeah, man, I am picking on you. You're just so pick-onable. It's funny, I didn't even think. I know you're handling it well, but I gotta think about that. It's kind of like when, oh no. It's like when Albert's here. I'm like, now if you look over here, I'm like, oh no, wait a second. God damn it. It's good to see you, Rosie PM. And I do think I need to start being a little bit more polite. I don't know. It's all kinds of weird. Always need to be... Think about your wording? Well, I mean, for sure. I'll take that advice. Without responding. It's like, just shut up and listen, okay? Me, I'm talking to me. And Rosie PM, you know, it's been so long, I keep forgetting to respond to your email. It's just aggravating that I haven't done that yet. I think I might respond in Messenger so that we can get it away from my email, because I never check my email, so I'm gonna have to consider that when I get off of here. So what I want to do is I want to attach this wire to the front of these things here and affixate them. There. Ah, come on. Oh, and how's my Dexter? What's said by the deaf guy? Yeah, you know. Is it wrong to laugh? I like gay jokes, in particular. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Oh, right, that's what I was gonna ask. How's the nephew, little nephew man? It's one of my favorite songs for sure. Huh. This is weird. Ron Jeremy? I'm trying to think of who that is. Ron Jeremy. Why does that sound familiar? It's been so long since I've seen your email, I actually can't find it anymore. Oh, there's the page numbers. Huh. There it is. Okay, cool. You keep getting inaudible. Man, maybe my music is too loud. Let's try that. That porn star? I think if the hairy person... if you're talking about that hairy guy, then... maybe. You believe... Okay. Oh, really? No, I'm so sorry, it's taking me ages to reply. Yeah, I don't think I've responded to this particular... Hugs to Uncle David, love Benny. Oh my goodness! Yeah, I'll take the time to read that later, and I'll respond on Facebook Messenger if that's... Or yeah, I'll respond on Facebook, if you don't mind. That way we'll get it off of email, and it'll be a lot easier to respond. There we go. Okay. Alright, now the incredible task of holding the wire where I want it to be. How's the audio doing now? Oh, I might have been, yeah. I might have... beatboxing? I'm sure you meant beatboxing. Man. There. Okay. Oh, good. No, wait, not this way. Alright, I think I'm going to... Probably go that way. Maybe something like that. Not really sure. Maybe I'll make that a little more stylish. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I was singing to, or making the da-das and doot-doos with music earlier. Yeah. Oh, man. Nacho, how's it going? Oh, are you saying Benny's good? I hope so. Little nephew man. He's a star. Okay. See if I'll straighten that out a bit. Let's see what it looks like. How's it going, Nacho? Where did I put my pliers? Did it fall? I know they're right in front of me, I just don't see them. They're always right in front of me. Oh man, 8:22, huh? Shit. I guess I should stay awake. I am not seeing them. Are you kidding me? How in the world did I lose them? I thought I had them right here. Maybe, I think the last time I saw them... I think I was cutting that wire. Oh, stretch. Oh, here they are. I found them. In fact, while I'm up, I'm just gonna real quick use the restroom. 9:23 here. Oh yeah. Oh right, hour ahead. That's right. I'm just gonna put it on mute while I'm done. I am super back with the vengeance. Let's take a look at this again. probably one of my favorite things I've made so far. And it's so simple too. It's just ever so slightly elegant. Right? It's a little girly. But I guess that's the point. Kind of trying to cater to the ladies. To the ladies. Oh, goodness gracious. I think we'll come to a stopping point here, and then I think I'm going to have to go. They're doing stuff out there, and I should be helping, so I'm going to come up with a quicker solution here. Nacho! Anybody's welcome to call. Got the Hangouts and Discord is available for anybody to catch a line. Ouch. Excuse me. Oh, it doesn't matter if it's bad. Wiggly. You're exhausted? Oh man, I tell you, man, I'm right there with you. Exhausted. Awesome. It's much easier now that the other side is anchored. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 6, 7, and 8. Here. One, two, three. Okay. Need to make videos of these after I'm done. I wonder if I should do 2 separate videos. Or just one with 2 of them in there. It's just 2. Man, I'm just so excited about getting a car. It's just... I mean, I've been driving since my brother's here now, but it wasn't my car, so now it's my car. And that's just super cool. I think that's 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Move it up just a little bit more. Two, 3, and 1, 2. I totally know how to code. Got all these numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, and 5. Guess what? Yeah, just like that. All right, let's try that. Man, I'm starting to get really tired, but I'm not going to be able to go to sleep until I'm done helping my landlord go to bed. I'll have to make minor adjustments in a minute. I think this is probably a good stopping point. I think I'm going to go and get something to eat, and then as soon as I'm done, excuse me, as soon as I'm done taking helping my landlord go to bed, I think I'm going to go to bed myself. So, oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. Hang on. Oh, come on. I did not mean to do that. Couldn't join. Okay, alright. Nacho. There. Call? That's a video call. How do I call? Phone call? New conversation? Why isn't it on here? There we go. Oh, how do I answer it? Oh my gosh. How do I answer the phone? Incoming voice call. Alright, well, how do I answer it? How's it going, man? I'm having trouble getting my computer to... Hang on. I can barely hear you. Let me just... Is that it there? Oh, come on. I don't see your name here, man. Oh, is it no name now?
No, it's Nacho's wife.
Can anybody? Oh, let me hang up and I'll get you on this on the computer. Okay.
All
right. Be right back.
Don't worry about it. I'll talk to you later.
Oh yeah. Alrighty, man. Okay, man. Yeah, I was just about to get off the live stream, so. Alrighty, man.
Alright, I'll see you later.
Take it easy, bro.
Alright,
Bye. Man, we got a call in and we couldn't take it. I don't know why my phone... I mean... His name isn't even on the computer. I don't see a way to call him. Oh, what? Anyway, let me get back to the comments here for YouTube. Live stream, nice. Nice. Alrighty, guys, I'm just gonna be real quick and I'm gonna say goodnight, and I hope you guys have a good day today and tomorrow, the rest of the day and tomorrow, and I will catch you guys in the next one, okay? Whew. Nice to get the air back on. Goodness. Alrighty. Bye-bye. Oh, and don't be afraid to give this a try yourself, guys. It's easy. Just take a little time and it'll happen. I'll take it easy, or you guys take it easy. Sorry, I do the kiss thing. My bad. It was for you, Brian. All right, bye bye.